Is an 11-point underdog. It's the PHNX Bets Daily Podcast presented to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook. Like and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star whenever you get your podcast. Johnny Venerable, Mr. Espo here on a Pac-12 tourney. What's today? Wednesday. So full transparency, Espo. Shane yelled at me earlier this week. Almost brings me to tears because he basically threatened me that if I didn't talk about the Pac-12 tournament on bets while he was gone, he would literally kick me off the show. So instead,
let's be clear. He doesn't have that power. Shane does not have that. Shane likes to believe he has that power, but he does not. I can kick him off the show if need be, Johnny.
It is a very, sensitive day because the ASU Sun Devils should win tonight. And we should get a promising quarterfinal, semifinal matchup against USC. But they were favored, I think, to win last year in the first round of the Pac-12 tournament. Newsflash, they did not. They also have not been winning games at the end of the season. They lost to USC in a close matchup, but they did lose. We were at the Combine, and we were watching the UCLA game. And, shameless flex, I was exhausted from working so hard. And I fell asleep after the first 5 minutes. They were up by, 12? And then they got blown out. So what do you make of this Sun Devil team? And how do you think tonight's going to go?
Well, they seem to be a typical Bobby Hurley team. They show a lot of promise. They get some upset wins, and then they have some surprising losses. And that's kind of been the game plan. Well, not the plan, but the way it's kind of gone, the blueprint, if you will, over the last handful of years. But I think they take care of business. They understand that they need a win or two in this Pac-12 tournament to get in the big dance, and that's important for this group. And look, it's been a tumultuous season, in many ways for them. I think they get the victory tonight. I think they have a good game in that second one. I think this team gets into the tournament. I have good feelings about them and playing for Bobby that way.
So it's funny. I was asking Shane a couple of days ago, well, who do they play? And he was like, well, Oregon State. And I'm like, oh, they're terrible. They're like 10 games under 500. And then typical Shane fashion, he's like, but you know what? They've got a lot of young play. It's like the excuse making had already started. We've got a lot of young playmakers that have been playing hard at the end of the year. They're playing with house money. ASU's an 11-point favorite. And while I'm not confident that they're going to cover that, it would be an egregious loss. And so we're going to talk about that in our bets tonight. But we're also going to talk about Kevin Durant because how can we not? The Phoenix Suns, I've made this comparison, Espo. The Suns with Kevin Durant on the DraftKings Sportsbook are like Justin Fields, his rushing props during the NFL season. It's just free. It's like free money on DraftKings.
It is. I mean, look, and he's making it easier to get money off of other guys on the team. Like I've made money on Devin Booker, 30+ points the last two nights, and it's plus money still. So look, I there is a lot of ways with this Suns team. Well, DraftKings is trying to figure out what they are to get in there and pad your wallet a little bit for sure.
Yeah.
Don't tell our friends at DraftKings we said that though, but you can get in there and pad your wallet a little bit.
They are our friends, our most sincerest of friends. And speaking of DraftKings, if you're not on DraftKings, what are you waiting for? One of the best times to dabble is right now on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download the app now. Use promo code PHNX. New customers can bet a mere $5, get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Again, $5 get you $200 in bonus bets instantly, only on DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code PHNX. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. I mentioned the best time to be on DraftKings. We've got NFL Combine props in our backseat, but we've got NFL future props for free agency, draft props available, spring training, NBA postseason right around the corner, NHL postseason as well. All of it is ready for you on DraftKings. Feels like every morning it's Christmas come early. I get my free boost on DraftKings, and it's a good time. It's a lot of fun hanging with my guy Espo here on PHNX Bets Daily. Espo, what do you like tonight?
Well, one I'm going to throw, and I didn't put on here, and I don't know the odds, but I would take the Patriots to wind up with your boy D-Hop. I feel that in my bones. But let's look at what I like for tonight here. I'm taking Oregon State +6 in the first half at a -110. I think that ASU is going to win this game, but I think Oregon State competes and actually is within striking distance in the first half. So make some money there. Oregon State +6 in the first half, -110 is what I'm looking at there.
It's scary. It's scary because if I'm an ASU fan, I don't want this game to be under 10 points at any point. ASU's a better first half team too, so that would scare me.
Look, I feel like that in these tournaments, the underdog gets a little juice at the beginning because it's exciting. We could pull off something, and then sanity usually comes into play. Usually.
I just want to keep our friends of the Sun Devils pod in Vegas as long as possible. I want them to come back fully entrenched in the Vegas stench and the hangover aspect of it. Because when would the Pac-12 tournament title game be? Would that be like?
I believe it's Saturday night.
Saturday night, man. That would be a ruckus environment. They're certainly capable of doing it. Will they? We don't know. But here's what I know tonight. I'm going to take just the ASU money line because I'm a big fat coward. That line is way too robust. If you've been watching this team lately, they're not beating anybody by 11 points. And as Espo said, tournament, different story. What line I do feel comfortable swallowing big time tonight? Suns -13.5 against OKC. Suns have been an absolute freight train from hell since the acquisition of Kevin Durant and since he's been inserted in the lineup. You know all the stats. What are they? 3-0, 4-0 now with KD in the lineup. Booker and KD averaging almost 30 points per game as the duo. I also like the under in this game. I think we're going to see a lot of points here in the Valley tonight. I think it's going to be an emotional night. I would not be surprised if OKC has a good first quarter. Again, KD and company feeling those emotions of the Valley for the first time. Could get off to a slow start, but I think the Suns roll tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Durant hasn't missed a shot from in the key or near the basket since he's been here. I think he's 12 for 12. So yeah, he can shoot pretty well. He's 72% from 2, 53% from 3. So I think you're sitting pretty where you are there.
What do you like props tonight?
Hey, let's look at some of these props. I'm taking Kevin Durant 35+ points at 450. He wants to show out for the new home team. He's going to have a lot of energy from the crowd. I think that is a big time win there. And he's shown he's so efficient. He can do that pretty easily. And then I'm going to take DeAndre Ayton over 4.5 points in the first quarter at +105. He's struggled in the last few games. I think they're going to make a concerted effort to get him involved early and often in that first quarter.
Love that. My dabble on that. +450 with Kevin Durant over 35 points. Certainly capable. Here's what I like tonight. It's a little DraftKings special. Chef's kiss to a Wednesday winner. All of this combined as a juicy parlay. KD over 27.5 points. I feel like that's a lock. KD 8+ points in the first quarter. KD, all he's got to do is hit 2 3-pointers, and the Suns have to win by 10 points. That's +400 right now on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Again, it's a parlay party when it comes to the Phoenix Suns and Kevin Durant. We will continue to milk this cow as long as possible because the Phoenix Suns, and here's the best part about this. And I told this to Shane the other day as a novice NBA fan, that the Phoenix Suns have to get their chemistry right, which means they have to play all 4 quarters. They need minutes together. Devin Booker's missed time. Chris Paul, Kevin Durant coming back now. It's like, there have been some bets that I felt like would hit in an NBA outing, and then everybody be sitting by the fourth quarter. That's not the case with this Suns team, Espo.
No, they can't afford it. Not enough runway before the playoffs. They got to be in peak performance here in 18 games. They're going to have to play at least a large portion of tonight's game, regardless of how close or how spread out it is.
I'm surprised we can afford to have Mr. Espo on, but we're thankful. Maybe get you back later this week.
Whenever you want.
More. Oh, perfect. Talk more NBA, talk more college basketball. In the meantime, like and subscribe. What's your pregame time slot for tonight, Mr. Espo?
6:30, 7 o'clock tip. So join us at 6:30.
Awesome. PHNX Cardinals live with the return of the prodigal son, Bo Brock, today at 4 p.m. back from Florida. He was at the Cards facility today talking with Jonathan Gannon, among the rest of the offensive coaches for the Arizona Cardinals. For Mr. Espo, I'm Johnny Venerable. We're back mañana. Peace.